Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. And got a whole cloudy thing going on. Supposed to get some rain today. Anyway, what am I up to? You know, I got to tell you, my subscribers are the best. Roger, you helped me out. You know, I own a lot of things, but then I forget about them. I don't know, maybe I'm senile. But this is the Harbor Freight, cylinder leak tester, and we'll do a leak test on this thing in a second. Let me just show you the timing thing first of all. Yeah, she jumped time all right. Okay, now to time up one of these guys, you turn it such that you see that T there with the line lined up. Very easy, right? And then right here, you see the 300. Let me get the, yeah. Well, the problem is, if you look inside there and you see top right there, that's where that 300 is supposed to be. So we're about 3-4 links off. So she jumped time. No fooling around, she jumped time. Oh, so right now the valves should be closed, right? Because the cylinder is top dead center. What I did is I took the adjusters out of both. Right, you can see the little thing that screws in here is out, and you can see the valve is loose. And same for the exhaust valve over here. Right, you can hear it. You probably can't see it. So the way this works is this compression tester, or this cylinder leak back tester works is you close your valves and you hook your air up. Right, and this is kind of a calibrated tester. As you're feeding air in, depending on how quickly it leaks out, you could see whether it's good or moderate or whatever. The way you calibrate this thing, before you put it, you clip on that end that goes on the cylinder hose, is you set it such that the needle is in the set part of the gauge. I think you guys could see that, right? Could you see set? Yeah, got to read it in the yellow. Okay, so you set it there, and then you clip this on, and it tells you what your leak rate is. And so I clipped it on, and it's obviously set up too high. Well, here, actually, let me bleed it off this way. Problem is you're going through like a regulator over here and a regulator over here, and between all these regulators, it's a touch confused. But here, let me just bleed it off for a second. Anyway, you guys can see it's, centered, climbing slightly, but more or less centered. And if I clip this on, unfortunately, you can hear air going through the carburetor. And if I open up the carburetor, that's what I get for a leak rate. And I'm not quite sure what to do with that, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously, and you can hear it. It is, and if I so I'm not quite sure what the heck to do with this. Right, it climbed a little too high again. Just bleed it off. Yeah, I'm not quite. See, now it's right. You can see it drifting up real slow. Here, let's try it in the lower area. Right, I'm not quite sure what to do with that. I mean, it's moderate, so I don't know. What should I do? Should I just and of course, this thing comes with really good instructions, i.e. doesn't have any. So it really does not advise, right? There's no instructions in here. It really doesn't advise what exactly to do with that reading I just got. If it was, I mean, if it was in the red, I'd say it's leaking about 60%. I guess to some extent it depends on what one wants to do with the bike. My bikes have an easy life. If this thing was going to be raced, I would say one wants to fix that real quickly. If one was going to give this to kids to run the hell out of, one would say you really got to fix that. If one was going to sell it to somebody they disliked, then you would say, hey, I'm not going to fix it, screw them. It'll hang on for, until the sun sets and I drive out of this flea market. So, I'm selling it to somebody I dislike and, screw them. But then there's kind of what I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just wondering if I don't correct the timing chain issue, get it fired up, and obviously it's mine. I know it's got a situation, so I'm going to take it real easy on it. I'm wondering if I should do that, see if I fire it up, see if it runs, see how it runs. Run it gently for a little while and see if it gets better or if it's getting worse. If it's getting better, right, and it might, because the valve might seat. And by the way, I already took the hammer and the awl and put this through there and gave it a couple of taps just to make sure it was seated. I didn't. It's situations like this that leave you really scratching your head. The leak back is really not bad, so I'm thinking the valve from a structural point of view probably is not damaged. And quite honestly, the bike has a few miles on it. The valve might not have been damaged at all, and it's just a matter of this is wear, right? I guess my problem is I'm really having trouble interpreting the results. Moderate. I don't know. It's somewhere around 60% leakage. My lean right now is probably to figure out how to fix the timing and figure out what's wrong with the chain adjuster, which made it jump timing. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that I'm going to put it together, and I think I'm going to give it a try. If anybody has any experience out there and they want to let me know, like, no, don't do that, you're going to suck a valve. I've already sucked a valve doing that, because that's the worst thing that could happen, right? I'm being Mr. Cheapo, so I don't put $20-30 into a valve, right? And I end up taking out the head. The head's $100 bill at least. And if I take out the cylinder and jug, right, I mean, I could destroy the engine. Though on the other hand, I really don't know what shape the bottom of this engine is in. I've never seen it run. I only hear the stories that I'm told by the guy who sold it to me. So, I mean, I can put $100 into a head, or I don't know, $50 into a valve, and get the whole top end put together and find out it has a cylinder knock where the tranny's spent. It doesn't look it. It doesn't look like it was abused that bad, though. This is broken off. The shaft appears to be good, but the shifter's broken off. I don't know. I don't know. My lean right now is to give it a shot. Guys, if one of you out there have experience such that it's like, don't do that. I've been screwed doing that. I had the same leakage type situation. I ran it. It ran for 15 minutes, sucked the valve, blew up my engine. If one of you guys has that to tell me, please do. In the meantime, I want you all to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Take care now. Bye.